Prior to departure, a problem developed with the forward left passenger door. However, airline maintenance personnel resolved this problem, and the flight eventually departed at 10 minutes past 2. At approximately 2:21, the pilot of OJ256 reported a hydraulics issue with the aircraft to the air traffic controller and requested its return to CGIA. The pilot did not declare an emergency. On this notification, both the Aerodrome Fire Service and the airport duty manager were informed of the flight's return by the controller and were placed on standby mode. Officers of the Aerodrome Fire Service went into local standby at 27 minutes past 2, with crash tenders and airport duty officers proceeded to await the aircraft's arrival on the apron at 2:45 a.m. Based on preliminary reports submitted by the Air Operations Division at CGIA to the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, I am informed that on landing, the Aerodrome Fire Service officers observed the aircraft proceeding west towards runway 24 intersection and onto the northeast extension area. It was reported that during the landing roll at 2:53 a.m., all aircraft landing gears were observed down. Investigations remain ongoing regarding any mechanical issues with the aircraft. On landing, the aircraft proceeded northeasterly along runway 06. However, as the aircraft crossed the runway end, I am further informed that the left main gear hit and destroyed a pair of portable threshold lamps that were deployed in the area. After crossing the end of the runway, the aircraft proceeded onto the extended portion of the runway. The left main gear overran the eastern edge of the closed runway marking of the extension area and therefore came to rest in the unusable end of the runway. Immediately, the fire service officers proceeded to the aircraft and commenced evacuation of the passengers, while the air duty officer coordinated transportation of the passengers to the departure lounge. The air traffic service activated its emergency procedures, notifying, among others, the Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority and the aircraft accident investigator. The aerodrome was immediately closed upon landing of the aircraft. However, it was opened at 6:10 a.m. on inspection to determine safety of continued operations. The police rank, as well as the Guyana Defense Force, arrived shortly after the accident and were on scene during preliminary investigations, along with the GCAA team to conduct the aircraft accident investigation. GCAA will therefore be managing this investigation. As indicated, 128 persons were on board, which is 120 passengers and 8 crew members. On evacuation of the passengers, a total of 10 passengers were taken to the Diamond Hospital with the assistance of CGIA ambulance and other vehicles, while others were examined at CGIA. I wish to reiterate that an independent investigation is currently ongoing in examining the aircraft and operations on the morning of the accident and review of the standard operating procedures. The Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, as the state of the operator, is Flight Jamaica is registered there, and the National Transportation Safety Board of the United States were notified. An investigative team has been established, including representatives of GCAA, representing the state of occurrence, U.S. National Safety Board, representing the state of registry, and 2 Boeing commercial airline engineers representing the manufacturers. Additionally, the Canadian Transportation Safety Board and the South American Regional Accident Investigation Mechanism were also subsequently advised and invited to provide technical assistance to GCAA. At this time, the aircraft has been officially handed over to the operator, Flight Jamaica Airways, for removal, but remains under the control of the Accident Investigation Unit of GCAA. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure has further requested continued investigation into reports of missing items from passengers' cargo and luggage on board. The Ministry in no way condones the reported action and behavior of the fire service officers on the morning of this accident. And at this time, I would wish to take this opportunity to issue an apology on behalf of the Ministry of Public Infrastructure to all passengers for having to endure this experience. Specifically, Mr. Speaker, I wish to offer my deepest condolences to the family of Ms. Kalu, a passenger on OJ256 who unfortunately succumbed last week to injuries sustained during this accident. On this note, I wish to personally assure all passengers that my ministry remains committed in working along with the authorities of CGIA, GCAA, and specifically the airline operators in meeting all required obligations and reviewing all claims and compensation mechanisms to ensure that the welfare of the passengers remain the top priority.